The biggest names in sports are all on IsraelSportsRadio.com.
From the ACI studios in downtown Talpiot, Jerusalem, it's Louis Live. And here's your host, me, Ari Louis. Good evening, everyone. The Gaza hackers cannot keep us down, bring us down. I'm glad everyone here is showing your support for Israel Sports Radio and Israel in general, mind you, by listening to this broadcast here on RustyMikeRadio.com. We thank our friends for broadcasting this show. Yes, it's a beautiful day. I remember when I grew up in Glendale, Arizona, my dream was to move to Israel and be hacked by Gaza terrorists, and that dream came true today. So it shows that we are very, very important. Our first guest is in studio. She is a lovely and talented musician. Let's take a listen to some of her work.
No, they could never love me when they can't even love themselves. But I want someone to love me. I'm waiting on the one to understand. Who won't have to put himself above me, just love me like a man. With eyes wide open behind the long black veil, it's a whole new meaning of getting what you can take. Josiah stands tall as he walks the line, and he does it for heaven's sake. Hat full of copper, lend me your ears. I've been talking for the ones in innocent years. Do unto others as you never do to you. Heaven thanks you.
That, of course, the music of Grace Hanna. And it's our privilege to have Grace Hanna in studio. Grace, how are you doing tonight?
I'm pretty good.
It's good to have you here. A great pleasure, great honor. And let's start right in the beginning. I know these questions are corny, but it's my job to ask them. How did you get in the music business?
In the music business or into music at all?
Let's start there, music at all. That sounds good.
I've always been a performer, but I started playing piano when I was in the third grade. And the first time I performed on my own was when I was 16, just me and a guitar, and I played country music.
Wow.
And and it was like this open mic thing or acoustic cafe, and it was just amazing. I knew that was where I belonged.
Yeah, it's such a thrill at such a young age that always impacted you and continued now as an adult.
I mean, I love to affect other people. I love to make them laugh. I love to entertain them and kind of take them away from their real lives, even just for an hour.
Yeah, which is something that is needed in Israel, and I'll get to that later on. The music that generally you make now is blues. Is that how you classify it?
Actually, it's very jazz influenced.
Okay,
but
jazz.
There's a lot of traditional blues, rock, funk, even, and there's still a little country twang in there somewhere, even though I don't always admit it.
How did you go from country to blues and jazz? How do you make that switch?
Well, first of all, jazz roots is in the blues, starting from the southern workers, southern slaves who tried to get rid of the blues with the blues by singing it, and that's how it developed. I mean, if you listen to early Dixieland music, you got a lot of blues-based harmonies.
Huh? But which point did you make the full, like, the real change, where you went from, you know what I'm saying?
From country to jazz?
Yeah.
I moved to New York City like around a year ago, and I just started writing music that was right for the area.
Okay.
I guess. And that's just, this is the vibe that you get from New York City.
So, and
jazzy.
And so I'll tell you what, audience, what do you think of that? So you live
thank you. They love me. They really love me.
Now, actually, for 10 points, can you tell me the actress who gave that Oscar speech? Pretty famous actress.
I don't remember.
She was in Mrs. Doubtfire?
Shoot.
She was the mom in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Well, now thanks a lot. It's live.
I'll give you
drawing a blank here.
I wish I had the Jeopardy music. Actually, you know what? I forgot also. It'll come to me later on.
Okay.
Through Wikipedia, of course. Now, you mentioned that you lived in New York City, but before that, of course, in Israel. So, how long did you live in Israel before you went to the United States?
This past summer, about a week ago, we celebrated our 18-year anniversary making Aliyah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you came as a child?
I came as a child. I came when I was 6 years old. And I grew up in New York City. I was born there. And I always went back and forth, helping out my grandmother, working there, teaching there. And, Live this kind of double life.
By the way, the answer is Sally Field.
Sally Fields?
Yeah, she gave that Oscar speech. You like me, you really like me, and they made fun of her ever since. But she's very talented. That was her second Oscar.
She's fantastic.
Yeah, she's pretty good. Now, you, of course, I've seen you in Jerusalem a few times. You performed at different venues. What's your favorite venue to perform at?
In Jerusalem?
Yeah. Or actually, you played at a couple. Name a couple ones you played at.
I gotta say, I never liked the Mike's Place until recently, where I was at one of their jam sessions, and it was so much fun. They did an amazing job with the sound and with the stage, and it's just such a great feel, and it's classy, they made it classy. And
it's very big, too.
Yeah, and it's
very,
big,
really.
and it's, it's nice. I liked it there. And if anybody wants to go to open mics anywhere, I definitely suggest Mike's Place.
And,
it's real nice.
And of course, we have mutual friends with Jerry Mann. You played Off the Wall as well, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, I had a country band back then. It was called Boys Cry Wolf because my last name is Wolf.
It's Wolf, right? Very, very nice. And being a celebrity, is it hard? Do people ask for autographs too much and it upsets you?
No, it's adorable. My first autograph was this little girl from my sister's school who heard my music, and she just came up to me, and I didn't know what she wanted. She came up to me with a notebook and a pen, and she's like, Grace, can I have your autograph, please? I'm like, oh my gosh, Sarah, you're so cute.
Wow, that's adorable. My personal philosophy, by the way, is first 100 are free, and then after that I charge. I give 100 free. I never went to the.
You're a horrible person.
I don't want. I mean, that's true, but I don't get a hand cramp if I'm not going to make some money out of it. Now, how did your career really take off? You've been performing at different gigs in Jerusalem, and of course, you mentioned that you moved to New York a year ago. When did everything start taking off?
When I moved to New York. I mean, you have to make the decision, and you have to act on it. And I was lucky enough and blessed enough to have met the right people and be connected in the right ways and get a wonderful producer, Ishai Gazit, and just work with the cutting room and with all those wonderful people out there. It was just amazing. You just have to make a conscious decision and just go for it. Because
a lot of people, if they want to go in a certain direction, let's say, for example, we had Yuri Foreman on, and he was a boxer in Israel, and he decided that really if he was going to make it, he had to go to New York. So same type of thing that you decided, for me to make it, I have to go to New York City.
Well, yeah. I mean, there are some great musicians out here, and I commend them for. I mean, living in Israel is a sacrifice. You have to sacrifice a lot of things that you might not get here that you could have gotten back in the States or wherever it is you're from. But I think that you can make that balance. You can definitely, decide, okay, fine. So my market is more in the U.S., so I'm going to work on the U.S., and I'm going to fly back and forth for a while just until it picks up and just make it happen. And
talk about some of the dues you had to pay while you're working on your music before you got all these nice breaks.
Well, I had to do all kinds of odd jobs. I mean, but I've enjoyed every one of them. I was on a few projects, some that didn't take off, some that did. I'm also a voice actress, so I did a lot of animations, not all of them appropriate for radio. But yeah.
Wait, what? What was that? What's that about?
I don't know, like all kinds of little animations for internet stuff and, all kinds of racy stuff. And it's just, you got to do all kinds of things for money and get your name out there.
Where can I find these things? We're going to look it up. Do you have like a stage name when you do those?
No, I was paid. I was a paid actress, so I'm not in the credits or anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but I'm saying, how can I find these like naughty videos? Is Grace Hanna if I did it that way?
Grace Hanna? No, not at all. I do not connect.
I'm gonna have my research team check this.
Please don't.
By the way, now again, I noticed something that you very much how you like the name pronounced, Grace Hanna. See, and I grew up. I shouldn't have done that. I apologize to you right here in front of all these people because. I grew up. My name's Ari, and I grew up in Phoenix. And they used to give me Ari and all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, my manager's name is Ariel, so he gets that too.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So that's props, my man. He's busy. Yes.
He's right here.
Yes, he's right here. It's a great name, but yeah, I want people to pronounce stuff correctly, so I understand that point. Also, you were one of our favorite sponsors here on Israel Sports Radio, Hagov.
Yeah.
And we actually met at a Gove.
That's true. I worked there right when it opened up. It was so much fun.
And for
like the oldest waitress there. Not in age, but
in what?
What, at the Gove? I was like the first one.
Okay. Right. My oldest age. Now for 10 points, does Yonah Mashan have a really big ego or a really, really big ego?
really, really big.
That's correct.
I know. Sorry, Yona. Love you.
Yoda knows. Yoda knows. I mean, Yoda knows. Now, when you were working as a waitress at a Gove, you ever had one of those days where like, God, I just can't wait till I'm rich and famous and be able to tell this story on a radio show?
No, I loved it.
Really?
I mean, I didn't want to stay there forever. I had a deadline of when I was going to leave, but I loved working there.
Being a waitress is a hard job, isn't it?
It is. It's very. I love working hard. I'm a workaholic.
Okay.
The harder it is, the better it is.
we'll have to put that away. Yes, again, now you see how it ties into the animation. But did you have like a really annoying customer, rude customer, something like that? Had at least one. It's a Jewish country.
There are lots of annoying customers, but there are lots of annoying people in any profession. So it makes you tough, and it makes you learn how to say no and how to stand your ground, and
But this is a Jewish country and a kosher restaurant, so exponentially there'd probably be more annoyance.
Well, yeah, but then, it prepared me for going to New York and, meeting the dumbest people I've ever met in my life. So it gave me a lot of patience to deal with those situations.
That leads to my next question. What people are more rude, New Yorkers or Israelis?
Ooh, hard. Tough one. Well, I gotta say there are more stupid, crazy people in New York.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. Rude. It's tough. People are very polite in New York, but polite in a very rude way. Meaning they'll say please and thank you, but they'll be very pushy. And Israelis are kind of honest about it. They won't ever say please or thank you. They'll just be pushy.
Just be pushy.
Yeah, so I guess, Israelis are more honest about their rudeness.
And when you lived in Israel, which city did you grow up in?
When I lived in Israel, we made Aliyah. We lived in Jerusalem for 3 years, and then we moved to Efrat.
Okay,
south of Jerusalem.
So pretty like American type cities, American areas more or less?
I wouldn't call Jerusalem American, but we had Anglos.
All right.
In our vicinity.
How do I want to go with this? What am I trying to say? This is a point, I struggle with this, and I've only been here for a few years, so I want to get your take of, when you come in as American into Israel, and there's still a lot of Americans around and Anglos around, English is everywhere, obviously. So how do you make that transition where you want to integrate into Israeli society?
Well, when we made Aliyah, I went to school at Yehuda Levi, and that school had no Americans. I was the only American there, and they were all Sephardi Arsim who beat the crap out of me. So I had to learn Hebrew pretty quick and to learn the lingo and everything, make sure that when they were about to pounce, I ran away. So yeah, that's how you learn. You just get beaten up and throw yourself into the deep end,
Yeah, I mean, now... They say musicians...
I'm sorry, it's true.
It is being honest.
It's true about everything.
I appreciate that. But they say musicians have a lot of pain. Is the pain from the arsim? I mean, the arsim cause a lot of pain.
Arsim do cause a lot of pain, especially when they're throwing chairs at you.
Yeah, that's definitely true. We've got to figure out a way to solve this arsim problem. I don't know how exactly we're going to do this. We can ship them off maybe to France or somewhere. What do you think?
No. I think they
Comic
serve
relief?
an interesting purpose in the whole work, and I think everybody has a place here.
Oh, here. Yeah. I say they arsim have a place. I just don't think it's here. I mean, you can ship them off.
I see your point. I think it's valid.
Okay.
But, I don't think we could just keep
when
people
I
out.
become more powerful, I'll work on that, and then you can write a song about it.
Yeah, you let me know.
I mean, I'm not... You think I'm joking. I'm not joking. I'm going to make this happen. We're shipping the arsim out of here. Now, okay, so... Eventually, that's how you grew into the culture and Ivri and all those type of things. So going back to New York City, then do you feel like you got to kind of switch back a little bit?
Definitely. I felt. I mean, in a lot of ways, I am very American, especially in my music and the way I act. I say please and thank you, but I mean it. I don't know. I think there's when you're someone who made Aliyah to Israel and. You're coming from both worlds. No matter where you're going to be, you're never going to feel totally accepted in that place. And I definitely didn't really fit into the Jewish American scene, or I actually had a lot more in common with my non-Jewish friends. It was interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very interesting. But here, there I feel Israeli. Here I feel American.
You're pretty rebellious. Is the I hear that.
Okay.
Also, I want to go back to a couple of questions I neglected to ask you for whatever reason. I don't know if you recall this, but every time I came in with Andy, I was very, very cheap. I only got water. I didn't order anything.
Yeah, I remember.
You do remember. Very nice. Now, did the other
I
wait?
calculated how much money you owed me.
No, wait, I didn't spend. What are you talking about? Because I didn't buy anything. I didn't know anything.
That's right.
Right.
I just kept bringing you water.
Right.
And you didn't pay for my service.
Yeah, because water's free. And I think Andy tipped or something. But I've got to know, do the waitresses ever speak behind my back, like Water Ari or the Cheap Jew or something like that?
No.
Interesting.
No, never.
Did anyone ever spit in my water?
I didn't. And
Alex?
I can't say for sure that anybody else did.
Or did not?
I didn't say that.
You can't confirm or deny, but I mean, Alex, I have a feeling Alex spit my water at least. I mean, I had some water before. It was a little weird. Did Alex spit my water? Yes or no? Tell me.
I wasn't there when Alex was there, so.
Oh, right. Alex was after you. Okay.
Yeah.
Mayan.
Oh, Mayan would never do that.
Right.
My bet would be on one of the bartenders. You got to talk to them.
Maybe Gani Midad?
Maybe.
Because he's also an owner.
Probably, yeah.
And
he had more of a
incentive.
Yeah.
Because basically, as a waitress, if someone doesn't order something, you're actually we should talk about this, tipping. What is the general tipping custom here in Israel? In America, it's 15%. What is it here?
In America, it's more like 18%.
Ooh.
And now they're starting to add it to, you should know from now on.
I'm not going back to America. Staying here.
Amount.
But they're starting to add it to the bill. I have seen that.
They started to add it to the bill, and that's, you can't get away with that. If you don't pay the full bill, it's like you're stealing. Yeah.
But I mean, before I left Israel, I started noticing they were doing that in restaurants, and then I promptly left. Now I want to go back to this country and its tipping ways. What is the general rate?
I like the way this interview is going.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's good because everyone gets to know you. Because you don't want to just hear the music; you want to learn where the music is coming from.
Right.
So,
do you want to learn where the music is coming from?
That's why I'm asking these questions.
All right.
Oh, you're saying that I should talk more about the music?
Maybe.
We'll get to that in a minute. I gotta know about the tip. Now, what is the rate of tipping here in this country?
Well, what it should be, as far as I'm concerned, and what I always do is between 15 to 20%, depending on the service. If the service is really bad, like it's total crap, you can give 10%.
But you still tip 10 anyways.
Yeah, I'll always tip 10, but that's insulting, and as far as I'm concerned. I mean, there are people who think, 10%, that's really generous, but I think that the minute she sees that it's only 10%, she or he, sorry, I don't want to be
prejudiced or sexist.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's insulting if you get 10%. I always give between 15 to 20. And then, unless it's really bad.
And at Hagov, as a waitress, how often did you get 15 to 18 or 15 to 20?
Pretty often.
Okay, so you're a good waitress.
I was a good waitress, yeah. What do you think? I brought you water promptly on time.
And it had ice cubes in it?
It had ice cubes in it, and I gave you like a little napkin to put under so there wouldn't be any rings on the table.
Yeah, not all waitresses at Hagov give napkins, so it's true. You were definitely ahead of the curve, especially when Andy would order barbecue ribs. Mm-hmm. Now, as you so Israeli put about me asking more questions about your music, I was going to get to that.
Okay.
Actually, I was going to tie into, most people write, or anytime they do an art project, artist, any type of thing, they base it on their own experiences. Mm-hmm. So again, you write music because of what happened at Go with the tipping or My Water. Where do you write your music based upon?
Deeper things than
what's
working at a bar.
If you don't, you know what? Many people have written songs about working at a bar.
I know. I'm not one of those people. But
why not? Why is that?
Well, I like to write about things that, because I come from, a country blues background, I like to write about people, about their experiences and how they influence other people. And some of my songs, like the one you played earlier, is called Josiah. And it's about this guy who I met on the subway who was collecting food for homeless children on Halloween. He was giving out sugarless candies.
Wow.
And I had been coming back from an event that I had organized for this business that I was working for. And I had a crap load of bagels and schmear, for this, Jewish event. And he was just trying to make his way through the car. And I gave him this really heavy bag of bagels, and he stares at me. Nobody was paying attention to him, and he was just asking for pennies, and he just, kept coming back to me saying, "Thank you so much." Like, he was so surprised that somebody actually came out and gave him all this food, which was probably enough for all the kids,
right,
that he was taking care of. And Josiah's about this guy who walks the line. He walks the subway, the E-train, actually, and every day, and he just, sings, about feeding these people, doing better for other people, doing good. And some people just don't listen. They just stay amongst themselves. And that's something that really affected me, and I felt like I had to write a song about it. So that's usually where my music comes from.
Now, this is interesting because since you're involved with blues, but that song, to me, sounds pretty positive.
What song?
Josiah.
Yeah.
Meaning the concept
blues isn't. That's the thing. That's the misconception that people have about the blues. People used to sing the blues in order to not have the blues. They used to get rid of the blues by singing it.
Well, the phrase is, he's got the blues or she's got the blues. Like that they're down.
Which is interesting.
And you're trying to revolt and remind people what it's really about.
Right, exactly.
I like that. That's that's a pretty deep mission. So most of the songs on your album, you say, are pretty positive.
Well, they're real. They're about real people. They're about real life situations. The song that we're going to perform now is actually about a girl who's career driven and doesn't really have time to pay attention to the person who's really affecting her, to the love interest, if you will, that's in her life, and she can't deal with it right now, even though it's already affecting her. It's not up to her.
Now, I want to get your guitar person on the mic.
Oh, yeah, this is
he doesn't speak?
He doesn't speak.
He's
he just
mute?
plays.
Okay.
This is Ominous, a.k.a. Yuval Kramer.
It all comes together.
Yeah.
Now,
He's amazing, by the way.
And how did you go about finding him?
Actually, we've worked together on a number of things. Can I say? Yeah. I recorded vocals with him on this new and exciting project we had that he put together with this guy from Mexico. It's a metal opera. And that was I've done I see your face. I've done a lot of very interesting stuff.
The audience should know that I grabbed my chin and kind of looked in the air.
It was a lot of fun, and we got to, the great part about this project was that he gathered all the singers, and he's just sort of like, play with the melodies. It's up to you. You do whatever you want. And we just started playing around with it. It wasn't like we had notes and we had to follow exactly, which is what I was used to from music. I went to the music academy, and that's what, you do. You read off of sheet music, and all of a sudden we had this great time in the studio, hours on end. We would just record over and over again. It was fantastic. It's called the Reign of the Architect, and it's coming out at some point. You can look us up on MySpace. I think we have a Facebook page also.
Okay, there was
The Reign of the Architect.
There was it the Stooges? There was someone that was a mute. No, the guy, the
Marx Brothers?
Yes, the Marx Brothers. That's it. Harpo.
True. Yeah.
This man is Harpo.
Yes,
we found modern day Harpo. It's right here.
He's the funniest one. So
Harpo was pretty funny too.
He was.
I like that. Or a Silent Bob type of
Silent
character.
Bob is good. Yeah.
Do you ever play a trick on this gentleman? What's his nickname again?
Ominous.
Do you ever go to?
You said it.
No, he did not say it because he never talks. He must have wrote it on a piece of paper.
He
wrote it.
He texted me.
Do you ever go to Ominous, like in a recording session, say, I kind of feel like a weird mood. I'm going to play guitar and you're going to sing. Do you ever?
Never.
Because he never talks.
Well, no, because I don't play guitar as well as he does, and that would be embarrassing.
Okay, but you play guitar better than he talks.
True.
Because there you go.
True.
Very good.
Especially in this room, apparently.
Yes, for sure. So interesting. I like these characters. Everyone's got something to them, something different. All right, so Ominous. And do you have other members in your band? How'd you go about finding them?
Actually, right now, my band is starting rehearsals this September.
Oh,
we'll be performing in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, to be determined. You should
find me on
Facebook.
Yes.
Grace Hannah Music, or just Grace Hannah, HANNAH. But the band is called the World's Smallest Big Band. And I called them that before we actually put them together, and it turns out a lot of them are really small. So it works.
The name works. All right, now, you guys are about to play a song.
And by small, I want everybody to understand that I'm 5'11", so everybody's smaller than me.
Especially in this country.
Yeah.
Now, before we begin, we guys are going to play play the song off your new album. Any other ways they can contact you other than Facebook, or do you not want any weird people? You just want everyone to go to Facebook?
Yeah, I mean, right now I have a website, grace-hannah.com, but it's under construction. So,
did the terrorists get you too?
No.
The guys are hackers?
No.
In time,
in
time, Bizarre Hashem, you get to a bigger place and they'll come after you. But that's a good song.
Yeah.
It means you made it.
God willing.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
And let me know that happens. Yeah, let me know when it happens also. So, and what is the name of the song that you guys want to play?
Let Me Go.
Interesting. Right at the end of the interview. I like that.
Right.
It works.
Let me go, Ari.
And Omniscious is going to be playing guitar.
Ominous.
Potato, tomato. And the great thing is he was on cue. I don't know if this is a character of his or what shtick. To the T, he didn't correct me. He really doesn't talk. I'm really impressed.
It's true.
Okay, so everyone listen to this track. Right, and one more time, what's it called? Let Me Go. Listen to Let Me Go, performed by Grace Hannah and Omnis.
Bother me in my way. You got a lot of nerve and not a lot to say. All you do is leave a mess. I much prefer my loneliness to anything you're selling here today. So what if I tingle when you call my name? Even if no other man could do the same. I'm an independent woman, got my eye on the prize, and I don't wanna fall into that look in your eyes. Free me, baby, let me be. You're making it so hard to live in misery. I don't play, so don't try to win. And won't you kindly crawl out from under my skin? Take me, leave me, make up your mind. Can't take the drama, this isn't the time. I'll be clear and say these words real slow. Let me go, but my honey-colored coffee seems to match your hair. Despite myself, I see you looking everywhere. You're the devil in disguise, but I can't get you over my mind. You leave the breath all hanging in the air. Free me, baby, let me be. You're making it so hard to live in misery. I don't play, so don't try to win. And won't you kindly crawl out from under my skin? Take me, leave me, make up your mind. Can't take the drama, this isn't the time. I'll be clear and say these words real slow. Free me, baby, let me be. You're making it so hard to live in misery. I don't play, so don't try to win. And won't you kindly crawl out from under my skin? Take me, leave me, make up your mind. Can't take the drama, this isn't the time. I'll be clear and say these words real slow. Let me go. Let me go.
Grace Hannah, everybody, on Louis Live and IsraelSportsRadio.com. Grace, thanks so much for coming in today.
You are very welcome. Thank you for having me.
That was a treat. That was a joy. And we'll be back with Dina right after this commercial break.
Offering the best of Israel at the best price, Shalom Israel Tours can help you make your next trip to Israel the adventure of a lifetime. Shalom Israel Tours will customize a trip to Israel for your family or group. Specializing in bar mitzvah packages, outdoor adventure vacations, wine tours, and more, Shalom Israel Tours is sure to inspire. So whether you're looking for a customized trip, a day tour, or a car rental, Shalom Israel Tours is here to help. Email us at inspire@shalomisraeltours.com or click the banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage, and soon you will find yourself in Israel. That's Shalom Israel Tours, www.shalomisraeltours.com.
Are you ready to get serious about your health and fitness? iFit trainers provide one-on-one personal training and put together the best fitness program to get the right results for you. Find your I in Fit. We offer certified personal trainers with elite athletic experience and flexible hours at the convenience of your own home. Classes are offered in English and in Hebrew. We serve Jerusalem and the surrounding areas. For more information and to schedule your first workout session, call Alyssa at 054-759-7280 or email Alyssa, ELISSA, at i-fit.co.il. Visit us at www.i-fit.co.il or click on the iFit banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage.
Feeling overwhelmed with all you have to do? Let your personal shopper help. Connie is an experienced gift shopper and can help free up your day. Connie can assist you in finding the perfect gift for your upcoming simchas or pick up those light items at the grocery. And don't forget, if you are in the area of the Israel Center on Karen HaYesod, stop by on Monday or Tuesday between 8:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. to check out all the great gifts Connie has to offer. For more information, call 02-654-2155 or email Connie at netvision.net.il. Don't forget to check out her great website at www.conniesgifts.com.
Israel Sports Dynamics specializes in football consulting, equipment, uniforms, and more. Great brands such as Nike, Russell Athletics, Shutt Sports Products, and many more. Just one call away. With over 30 years coaching experience with university and professional athletes, Terry Hill, owner of ISD, can advise you for all your sports needs. Call 054-581-3248. That's 054-581-3248 or visit our website at www.isdisrael.com. If that's not easy enough, click on the ISD banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and be part of the game. Are you having computer issues? You just got to try these guys. Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. All of Jerusalem is talking about them. They're super experienced, efficient, reliable, and honest. Their lead technician has over 20 years experience and holds a BS in computer science from a top American university. Mickey from Macavia says, I won't let anybody touch my computers except for Tiger. So call Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. Believe me, you'll be happy that you did. Ruven from Baca says, I've had many technicians in the past, and these guys are some of the best I've seen. Laptops, desktops, netbooks, Macintoshes, iPods, iPhones. All hardware and software problems, advice, and instruction. The next time you need a very experienced and honest computer technician, call Tiger Computer Services at 050-708-1599. Mention Israel Sports Radio for a 15% discount for all new customers. Are you living in the Tel Aviv area and looking to achieve those fitness goals that seem out of reach? If so, personal trainer Leon Kessler is just one call away. Leon will teach, coach, advise, supervise, and support you so that you are able to accomplish your fitness goals. One call to 050-792-2434 will put your goals in reach. That's 050-792-2434 or click on the Leon Kessler banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and see what Leon can do for you.
Midrashat Devorah, a Dati Leumi post-high school program which educates minds and broadens horizons. Located in Baca, the lovely Jerusalem neighborhood provides an excellent background and setting for a tremendous education. Our students learn, love, and feel the land of Israel and get tools which will last them a lifetime. Generous scholarships are available. Please contact us at midrashatdevorah.org. Call us from Israel at 052-534-6260 or from North America at 718-593-4162. Midrashat Devorah, we're the program you've been waiting for.
DJ Venom. DJ Venom. DJ Venom. DJing parties throughout Israel. Birthday parties, weddings, club events, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, and much more. You pick the type of music and DJ Venom will turn your event to the party of the year. Available Sunday through Thursday. Call 052-952-6506 or email djvenom1984 at yahoo.com. That's 052-952-6506 or email djvenom1984 at yahoo.com. Book your party today. That's DJ Venom.
Offering the best of Israel at the best price, Shalom Israel Tours, and help you make your next trip to Israel the adventure of a lifetime. Shalom Israel Tours will customize a trip to Israel for your family or group. Specializing in bar mitzvah packages, outdoor adventure vacations, wine tours, and more, Shalom Israel Tours is sure to inspire. So whether you're looking for a customized trip, a day tour, or a car rental, Shalom Israel Tours is here to help. Email us at inspire@shalomisraeltours.com or click the banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage, and soon you will find yourself in Israel. That's Shalom Israel Tours, www.shalomisraeltours.com.
Are you ready to get serious about your health and fitness? iFit trainers provide one-on-one personal training and put together the best fitness program to get the right results for you. Find your I in fit. We offer certified personal trainers with elite athletic experience and flexible hours at the convenience of your own home. Classes are offered in English and in Hebrew. We serve Jerusalem and the surrounding areas. For more information and to schedule your first workout session, call Alyssa at 054-759-7280 or email Alyssa, ELISSA, at i-fit.co.il. Visit us at www.i-fit.co.il or click on the iFit banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage.
Feeling overwhelmed with all you have to do? Let your personal shopper help. Chani is an experienced gift shopper and can help free up your day. Chani can assist you in finding the perfect gift for your upcoming simchas or pick up those light items at the grocery. And don't forget, if you are in the area of the Israel Center on Karen HaYesod, stop by on Monday or Tuesday between 8:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. to check out all the great gifts Chani has to offer. For more information, call 02-654-2155 or email chani at netvision.net.il. Don't forget to check out her great website at www.chanisgifts.com.
Israel Sports Dynamics specializes in football consulting, equipment, uniforms, and more. Great brands such as Nike, Russell Athletics, Shutt Sports Products, and many more. Just one call away. With over 30 years coaching experience with university and professional athletes, Terry Hill, owner of ISD, can advise you for all your sports needs. Call 054-581-3248. That's 054-581-3248 or visit our website at www.i.
Feeling overwhelmed with all you have to do? Let your personal shopper help. Chani is an experienced gift shopper and can help free up your day. Chani can assist you in finding the perfect gift for your upcoming simchas or pick up those light items at the grocery. And don't forget, if you are in the area of the Israel Center on Karen HaYesod, stop by on Monday or Tuesday between 8:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. to check out all the great gifts Chani has to offer. For more information, call 02-654-2155 or email chani at netvision.net.il. Don't forget to check out her great website at www.chanisgifts.com.
That's right. The wrestling guys influenced me. I like this music. Coming back here on Louis Live. Appreciate everyone tuning in tonight on a very special night where the Gaza terrorists cannot defeat us as we broadcast forever. And our guest right now, I really appreciate his friendship, and I appreciate that he is a Raiders fan. No, okay, not really. But that would be Yonah Michon. Yonah, how you doing today?
Hey, how you guys doing? Good evening. What's up?
We're doing really well, and I had to get you on the program because for some weird reason, Al Davis, in his genius and his wisdom, decided to go after Terrell Pryor and sign him. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I think you should call DeMarcus Russell and think what his thoughts are.
Come on, Yonah, you cannot be happy about this as a Raiders fan.
Well, what were our options? Look who's on the depth chart there. It doesn't really make a difference.
True. Who's it? Jason Campbell right now, right? So do you want just put it all out there and have Terrell Pryor start over Jason Campbell?
Well, look, Jason Campbell is a veteran, and Jason Campbell, proves that he's not a very good quarterback. Maybe, if they get him a better offensive line, maybe I don't know. Maybe if it starts raining cats and dogs, but we never know. You never know what can happen. Look, I think, not this is something I'm actually, ESPN even basically said in the long run, the Raiders are not going to lose out here, for a third round or fourth round pick, I think they gave up?
Yeah, third round next year, 2012.
Well, it makes no difference. So if he doesn't, if he's not a bust, and maybe we picked up a good backup or the future, then you never know. I think it's a good idea. But at the end of the day, Al Davis, what can I tell you, man? It started, in my eyes, it all started when he started messing with Marcus Allen. Good old number 32.
We traded said he went to the Chiefs, of course.
Yeah, well, he went to the Chiefs, but he destroyed the man. He destroyed the Raider Nation after that. I mean, yes, we have some good years since then, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't think people want to hear about the Raiders. I think I'm like this, me and like maybe two other guys in the whole country that even knows who they are.
Well, in the NFL, there are a lot of different stories. Patriots, of course, in the offseason pick up Ocho Cinco and the gentleman from Washington who might remain nameless at this point, as he apparently is under some type of sexual charge. What are your thoughts about that?
I didn't know that. I know I don't know how that could be. He's very big. What could he do?
I don't know, but he might be one of those things like he never turns down a meal or sexual advances, and then if he doesn't get sexual advances, could be upset. Like he's upset if he doesn't get a meal. I'm not really sure.
That Andy is not in the thing with you, because he would have shot you down for starting with this. You know that.
Well,
he would have shot you down.
We had this guest coming out, Jim Williams at 11 o'clock, that said that I apparently ran more than this guy last year. This guy was a total disaster in Redskin Nation, so he's known as a pretty bad dude.
Well, I'll tell you something. When the Redskin Nation and the Raider Nation, there is nothing good happening. Even if he ran all day, what's happening? I think the Redskins are in worse shape than the Raiders are.
Whoa, you don't really mean that, do you?
Of course I do. Well, I think they're doing better, but because of their quarterback thinks they're going to do great this year.
Well, I think that Hainsworth might really set them back. So I'm not going to say it's a Marcus Allen curse, but they signed him for $100 million, and obviously they don't have to pay him for the whole thing now because he's with the Patriots. But that could be a real killer. I want to ask you this, going back. I want to go back to the Raider Nation real quick. Is there any way, shape, and form the Raiders can win the division? And the Chargers are by far the favorites. Everyone says they're taking the AFC West, but can the Raiders take them?
If I was stupid, I'd say yes.
I like that, You're an honest Raiders fan. Okay, very, very nice.
I also want to believe they'll be in the Super Bowl this year.
Super Bowl, of course, is in Indianapolis, where Josh Hastings is from, so he hopes the Colts are going to make there. What do you think about that, Peyton Manning, the hometown discount of only $20 million a year, I believe, 35 years old, has those neck issues. Do you like that decision by the Colts?
I think it's a smart decision, regardless of who he is. I think, Josh Hastings should know all about this. We've gotten old, and, NFL players get old, and what are you going to do about it? He could be one hit away from, end of his career, and then what are they going to do?
Right, that's a true point, but there's a risk with anyone, I guess, and no one has, he's been the starter there for 13 years. I have no idea who the backup is, so I guess I feel comfortable with number 18. The NFL's got a lot of different sleepers out there. Some people think...
He's starting, though, Ari. They last week or this week, I don't remember, there's a good chance he's not starting the opening day.
You know what? Hastings is a big believer that somehow, some way, he's going to make it. I don't know if he said week 1, but he said he will make it through the year. When do you think he's going to start playing this season?
I think the minute he gets an okay from his doctors, he's on the field. I don't think he's going to wait a second longer. I think Hastings just wants free tickets to a game that his dad's going to get him. So that's why he's so optimistic. But otherwise, I think he'll be on the field immediately. The guy's a warrior. He doesn't get hit a lot. He's a good line. He sits in the pocket, releases the ball as fast as he can, doesn't move. But, I think he's going to be out there immediately. I think it's going to be a good year.
We had an interesting conversation, I believe it was Monday night, gentleman, of course, Dave Boyce Bryan in studio, Big Mike on the telephone, of talking about who is better, Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. I want to get your thoughts on that.
Who is what? Who's the better player?
Who's the better quarterback, Peyton Manning or Tom Brady?
I think the stats go to Peyton Manning if I'm correct, but if I had to build a franchise around it today, I go with Tom Brady.
Big Mike actually said Tom Brady. He said, I don't mean to diss the guy. He's certainly a top 15 quarterback of all time, but he feels the Patriots are much more the offensive line than Tom Terrific. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, who am I to argue with him?
Well,
he's arguing with some of our big mavens here in the IFL, but I still think Tom Brady's a better quarterback.
Yeah, I think the top 15 thing was a little bit too much. Big Mike is probably listening to the program now. I think at least top 5 bare minimum for Mr. Tom Terrific. Now, you brought up the IFL. Of course, in the general football family, there was a wedding, I believe, Monday night or Tuesday night?
was Tuesday night. It was a big wedding.
Tuesday-
Very, very happy wedding.
Lisa Sagoskin, one of our fine sponsors here of iFit, got married. So, of course, you were at that wedding. How much fun was that wedding?
The wedding was great. It was a very nice thing to see. You know, it's always nice for me to see these girls growing up and getting out there, and it was fun. You know, the team put on a skit. Good food, I got to tell you. Really good food. Really good food. It was good dancing. Everyone was happy. Hot as hell, though, but it was good. It was good stuff.
Was it an outside wedding?
It was an outside wedding, and then it moved inside for the food and the dancing, but it was pretty hot.
Wow.
We got there at 6 because we didn't want to miss the schmorg, man. You know, the schmorg's always the good stuff.
The schmorg usually better than the meal.
Oh, well, the meal was great, too. So we got there at 6, pounded. I have to get this online, though, but I had the honor and the privilege of sitting with Alan Shaggy Tover at the same table, and it was a very big honor. Also, Kenny Zwiebel was at the table. We had a lot of football players out there at the table. It was fun. Benjamin Schultz. It was good stuff.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. The whole football family, probably for the most part, came to that wedding. And now, how much did you pound down at the schmorg? Fans want to know this.
No, I didn't eat a lot. I got to get ready for the season. You know, the rumors are that I may be playing.
Yes.
And you never know. And I'm trying to stay in shape. You know, I want to keep up with the defensive part of the team because I may be playing defense. You never know.
What percentage of likeliness is it that Yoni Machon is suiting up this year?
100%.
100%. Okay, so you definitely are suiting up. Excellent. We're looking forward to that.
I've already suited up, so I'm going to be doing it, God willing, trying to see how I do this with the coaching. Thank God for Coach Viggy. And I think at 39, I'm going to give it another shot a little bit. And we'll see what happens.
So you are coming out of retirement?
I never retired.
Wasn't there something about you retiring like a year ago? I thought something like after the title game. I thought you said you were retired. That's not true.
After the title game at Flag, yes, I did say I was going to retire. We're talking about tackle now, and we'll see what happens with the Flag. I don't know. I just feel good. I feel healthy. I feel in shape.
I remember something about you retiring after the tackle championship when Big Blue played the Tel Aviv Sabres. I could have sworn. I guess I'm wrong about this, right? You did not say it at retirement.
More things on the list that I personally would like to do with the team, either on the sidelines or as a player, and I'd like to try and get those done before I do officially retire.
Okay.
I have to be able to contribute. I don't know. I still don't know what I can do. If I'm not good enough, I can't play. We have a very strong team this year. We're coming in humble. We got to beat the best team in the history of the IFL, the Rebels, and we'll see what happens.
The best team in the history of the IFL. The Rebels. Now,
the IFL.
The IFL. Excuse me. I speak with Mr. Hauser about 2 weeks ago. He's very, very pumped because I was trying to tease him that the quarterback's gone and you're on your own and so on. He thinks the team is going to be great this year. He's very, very happy about the turnout. So it sounds like you're on the same page with Mr. Hauser.
Well, Mr. Hauser is Mr. Hauser, but yes, we're on the same page. We have we've picked up a very good quarterback, Chaim Schiff, who played with the Pioneers. We have a very good quarterback combo now with Benjamin Schultz, and I think the league is going to see something very interesting. I think we're all going to see. I'm hoping that I will see what we've planned, me and Coach Viggy, with Benjamin Schultz out there, because Benjamin Schultz brings to you, we call him the Vic situation, Michael Vick situation. He can do things that a lot of the quarterbacks, none of the quarterbacks can do. He's been working on his passing game, and once that's down pat, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I really do, because you've seen him run.
Yeah.
Running is a lot of fun. Wait till he starts passing the way he can, and he is. And once you get that combo in, so play action, stuff like that, it's going to be really a lot of fun to watch. I think.
Now, I want to ask you this as well, because we talk about the turnout, and Mr. House is very, very happy with that. But if other people are interested in joining the Lions, are you still accepting more people?
We are definitely accepting more people. We actually got a lot of new guys, a lot of Israeli guys. On this radio show before, a lot of the practice is in Hebrew today. Because since we do have such a big turnout of new guys, which is really, really nice. It's not only about Big Blue. I'm saying I saw also on the other teams a lot of Israeli guys coming out, and I think that's really what we're all trying to shoot for in the bigger picture, is to get everyone out there, as many Sabres, as many homegrown guys out here, and it's just wonderful to see. And you're going to see. Well, I'm sure we'll talk again this season. You're going to see right now. Literally 3 to 4 of these guys. They're beasts. They're literally beasts. We got 3 guys that just came out. 2 of them came out of elite units. and they're just beasts. They hit, they run hard, they tackle hard. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Right. I remember you mentioned that the team has got a pretty Israeli team, but it seems to got even more in that direction. Am I wrong about that?
Well, our team has definitely become more Israeli. I mean, we're all Israelis, thank God, but
right.
It's become more homegrown guys.
Israeli-born is what I mean by that. Israeli-born athletes, right?
About it, no questions about it, and it's a good thing. I mean, once they understand the game more, and we have a couple of the guys that are playing running back, and we have 2 guys playing linebacker, and they're just into it. They just like the physical hits. They like getting involved. They got the mix-up. We even had a guy. I mean, he's whatever. You guys will see. We have a receiver. It's total Israeli. Unbelievable. It's a beautiful thing to see. Really good.
But if people still are interested in joining the team, can they contact you and get it for a tryout?
They don't need a tryout. They should just show up. If they're willing to get their pads and they can contribute, they're in. We're definitely happy to have anyone that's willing to come out and play.
And what time are your practices at Kraft Family Stadium?
We practice this month, next week, Tuesday at 7 to 9, Thursday at 7 to 9. Next month, it will probably move around, maybe Mondays and Thursdays. But overall, it's not too hard to get in touch with me or someone else. I'd love to see you guys, and I'll tell you something. If guys are looking to get more playing time and have some kind of idea of playing, and they'd like to learn a little bit, and not come into such a competitive team right now, I think they should be looking at going to the Kings. The Kings are looking for players, and they don't have such a big roster. So I think if you are a player out there and you're interested in helping out a team that could use the help and and you can grow with, I think you should be trying out for the Kings. Okay, and of course, you are also, in addition to your other duties in the football world, co-owner of Hagov, tri-owner, really, one of 3 owners at Hagov. Tell us what's going on at the Hagov this week. Well, we're having. Oh man, you caught me off guard here. We're having a live music next week. Unfortunately, I can't tell you when. You can look up on our site on Facebook. We have trivia night. We have our every Wednesday. We have our Joel Haber has stuff going on there. We have some new drinks that come out there. There's kind of like a new management going on. The new guy running the place with us. So it's there's a lot of nice things happening right now. But of course, we're showing all the sports. All the NFL games that I show, and a lot of baseball. Soccer's been on. So it's a lot of good stuff happening. Yeah, we had D-Voice Brian in the other night, big Baltimore Ravens fan. He said, hey, where can I find Ravens games? I said, hey, at Hagov, probably outside the Jets fan base and the Steeler fan base. Baltimore fan base would be right there, if not even bigger than the Steeler fan base at this point. Is that correct? I lost you, Ari. You got cut off. No problem. Yeah, can you hear me? Basically, D-Voice Brian, big Ravens fan, he's asking where he can watch the games. I said, hey, if you want to watch the games, you got to go to Hagov, right? You definitely can watch it at the Gove, and we get everything. Anything that they show, we can get. No questions about it. And I'd like to also just mention before you probably hang up on me that in 3 weeks, men and women's national flag football teams are going to represent our country, Israel, in France at the European Championships. It's a very big event. As everyone knows, in 3 years we should be getting the World Cup. In 2 World Cups, the World Cup will be in Israel. We got that, which is a very big honor for Israel and for Football Nation here in Israel. Okay, that was Yonah Michon. Kind of cut out there. I think we'll probably just have to end the interview. I got to take a commercial break. We're way past it. And we'll be back with Jim Williams after this.
Offering the best of Israel at the best price, Shalom Israel Tours can help you make your next trip to Israel the adventure of a lifetime. Shalom Israel Tours will customize a trip to Israel for your family or group. Specializing in bar mitzvah packages, outdoor adventure vacations, wine tours, and more, Shalom Israel Tours is sure to inspire. So whether you're looking for a customized trip, a day tour, or a car rental, Shalom Israel Tours is here to help. Email us at inspire@shalomisraeltours.com or click the banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage, and soon you will find yourself in Israel. That's Shalom Israel Tours, www.shalomisraeltours.com.
Are you ready to get serious about your health and fitness? iFit trainers provide one-on-one personal training and put together the best fitness program to get the right results for you. Find your I in FIT. We offer certified personal trainers with elite athletic experience and flexible hours at the convenience of your own home. Classes are offered in English and in Hebrew. We serve Jerusalem and the surrounding areas. For more information and to schedule your first workout session, call Alyssa at 054-759-7280 or email Alyssa, ELISSA, at i-fit.co.il. Visit us at www.i-fit.co.il or click on the iFit banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage.
Feeling overwhelmed with all you have to do? Let your personal shopper help. Chani is an experienced gift shopper and can help free up your day. Chani can assist you in finding the perfect gift for your upcoming simchas or pick up those light items at the grocery. And don't forget, if you are in the area of the Israel Center on Karen HaYesod, stop by on Monday or Tuesday between 8:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. to check out all the great gifts Chani has to offer. For more information, call 02-654-2155 or email chani at netvision.net.il. Don't forget to check out her great website at www.chanisgifts.com.
Israel Sports Dynamics specializes in football consulting, equipment, uniforms, and more. Great brands such as Nike, Russell Athletics, Shutt Sports Products, and many more. Just one call away. With over 30 years coaching experience with university and professional athletes, Terry Hill, owner of ISD, can advise you for all your sports needs. Call 054-581-3248. That's 054-581-3248 or visit our website at www.isdisrael.com. If that's not easy enough, click on the ISD banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and be part of the game.
Are you having computer issues? You just got to try these guys. Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. All of Jerusalem is talking about them. They're super experienced, efficient, reliable, and honest. Their lead technician has over 20 years experience and holds a BS in computer science from a top American university. Mickey from Macavia says, I will let anybody touch my computers except for Tiger. So call Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. Believe me, you'll be happy that you did. Ruben from Baca says, I've had many technicians in the past, and these guys are some of the best I've seen. Laptops, desktops, netbooks, Macintoshes, iPods, iPhones. All hardware and software problems, advice, and instruction. The next time you need a very experienced and honest computer technician, call Tiger Computer Services at 050-708-1599. Mention Israel Sports Radio for a 15% discount for all new customers. Are you living in the Tel Aviv area and looking to achieve those fitness goals that seem out of reach? If so, personal trainer Leon Kessler is just one call away. Leon will teach, coach, advise, supervise, and support you so that you are able to accomplish your fitness goals. One call to 050-792-2434 will put your goals in reach. That's 050-792-2434 or click on the Leon Kessler banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and see what Leon can do for you.
Midreshet Devora, a Dati Leumi post-high school program which educates minds and broadens horizons. Located in Baca, the lovely Jerusalem neighborhood provides an excellent background and setting for a tremendous education. Our students learn, love, and feel the land of Israel and get tools which will last them a lifetime. Generous scholarships are available. Please contact us at midreshetdevora.org. Call us from Israel at 052-534-6260 or from North America at 718-593-4162. Midreshet Devora, we're the program you've been waiting for.
DJ Venom. DJ Venom. DJ Venom. DJing parties throughout Israel. Birthday parties, weddings, club events, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, and much more. You pick the type of music and DJ Venom will turn your event to the party of the year. Available Sunday through Thursday. Call 052-952-6506 or email djvenom1984@yahoo.com. That's 052-952-6506 or email djvenom1984@yahoo.com. Book your party today. That's DJ Venom.
Back here on Louis Live. And yes, we did prevail. Yes. The whole website is cleaned up, thank God. Big thanks to Struley, one of our web people that took care of it, because that was not fun. But I appreciate all the great support, great messages. Obviously, you're listening to the program, so you're supporting Louis Live and Israel Sports Radio. We definitely thank you for that. At this time, every Thursday at 11 p.m. Israel time, it is our honor to introduce Jim Williams from the Washington Examiner. Jim, how you doing today?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good, after the whole little Gaza hacking thing. We're all cool. Eventually we prevailed, Israel prevailed. It's all good stuff. A lot of great sports I want to get with you. First question, going to Raider Nation. The Raiders pick up Terrell Pryor. Pryor, of course, had the whole scandal with Ohio State, and he went to the supplemental draft. Raiders pick him up, give up the third-round pick next season. What do you think of the move?
Well, I think from their standpoint, it's a no-lose situation. A third-round pick, on Terrell Pryor is not a bad one. Despite any and all of the off-field incidents that Pryor had, none of which would be considered. Obviously they're illegal in the NCAA, but let's just put it this way: he's not a head case.
Interesting.
The kid seems to be able to, understand right from wrong from a standpoint of on the football field, not necessarily off the football field, but he didn't commit any criminal act. So I guess at this juncture, is Terrell Pryor a professional quarterback? And I think that the Raiders taking a flyer on with a third-round draft choice and not having to pay him a lot of money to get him into the system is not necessarily a bad move. We'll see from the standpoint of remember that for all intents and purposes, if anyone picked up in a supplemental draft, I doubt seriously that he will see the field much at all, if anything, this year. It's just going to take a long time for him to get into the system. So anyway, I think it was a very good calculated choice on their part.
Great music in the background, by the way. Okay,
so my cell phone. I apologize.
No, it's all good. I love it. I haven't heard that song in a while. I really like it. Okay, so I like that. So I hear that point that basically, why not? Kind of a nervous situation. You think though Jason Campbell is the starter all the way through this season?
Well, Jason had his moments last year, and I think as someone who's seen Jason up close and personal, Jason is a good kid. He's also mechanically he's got some very good talent as a quarterback. If he ever found the right system, he would be a decent quarterback. I think for this season, failing the fact that the Raiders aren't going to be a spectacularly good football team to begin with, I think that Jason will be doing fine. As I said, he had some pretty decent games last year.
Now, we got to talk about your favorite player probably in the whole wide world, certainly NFL player, and that's our good friend Mr. Hainsworth. He gets in trouble again, this time not because he's lazy, but sexual encounter looks like went the wrong way. He's being charged. What do you think will happen with that case?
I think he pled no contest.
He pled no contest. Oh my goodness! So no contest, basically trying to say he did it. So what will his punishment be? What will happen from here?
I think under the circumstances, they had arranged some sort of bargain. I don't have the story in front of me, but it happened a couple of days ago. I'm pretty sure that what happened was it was very choreographed before, and so in essence, he will have to do community service time, and obviously that doesn't take him away from a possible civil suit. But at the end of the day, Albert Hainsworth is free to go back and play football, and whether or not the NFL disciplines him or not, I don't know what's going to happen at this point.
Do you think a lot of times we see star athletes get better treatment? He's a star more for his money probably at this point. Did he get kind of a lighter sentencing, if you will, because he's Albert Hainsworth?
I don't really think so. I think in this particular case, it had to do with, and it happened here in the district, so it was an unfortunate circumstance by all means. I'm not trying to trivialize it, but I think that there was enough leeway in it to make it so that the prosecutor was willing to accept a plea deal and offer a plea deal. And if that is the case, most often the person who is involved on the other side, the victim, is willing to do it as well. So I don't think he would have taken it. I don't think she would have taken a plea deal from the standpoint of allowing him to take a plea deal if she wasn't cool with it. If she wanted to prosecute it, they probably would have prosecuted it.
And another story we're seeing, the NFL, the union, trying to meet on HGH testing. Now, there's been some players in the past 5 to 10 years that have tested positive. I believe Sean Marion probably is the most famous name, and he was suspended, came back, and still won Offensive Player of the Year. Anyways, it was a somewhat controversial decision. So what is your take on this? Are they going to get to some type of good deal for both sides regarding HGH?
Oh, I think they will. I don't see why not. There's it's something that I think from the standpoint of the union, they don't want their players using it, and obviously the owners don't want the players using it. And I think that what they're going to do is bargain it out and work it in such a way where the players will be cool with with the process. And I think that from what I'm understanding and talking to some of the players about it, I haven't really, in about the 10 to 15 players that I've spoken to about it, I haven't heard any pushback at all yet from anyone on them saying, no, this is too much, no, we're not going to do it. No, I haven't heard anything about it from the players I've spoken to, both on the Ravens side, the Redskins side, the Eagles side, and a few other teams.
And staying with the NFL, pretty funny story. Now, Peyton Manning signs this pretty big contract at 35 years old. Some issues regarding the neck surgery he had. The Colts, as a bit of insurance, get Kerry Collins, pretty cheap deal, 2 years, $4 million. But Reggie Wayne, not really impressed, kind of called him out. He said, we don't even know him. We ain't vanilla man. We ain't no simple offense. So for him to come in here and be the starter, I don't see it. I think that's a step back. What are your thoughts about the comments of Mr. Wayne?
Well, Reggie doesn't play offense. No, I'm just kidding. I think that Reggie is going to regret saying that, because at the end of the day, they're going to have somebody, and Kerry Collins has proven more often than not that he can run just about anybody's offense. I think that that he will get that opportunity, and I think if need be, he can run that. Is it intricate? Yes. I mean, nobody's going. Peyton Manning is a human computer.
Yeah.
I mean, all you have to do is watch it, and is it intricate? Yeah, it's intricate because basically Peyton has 7 plays from the time he steps out of the huddle to the time he takes a snap of the ball that he can run.
Yeah,
so
he can call an audible anytime he wants.
Really be on top of it.
Yeah, he call audible anytime he wants. We see it all the time. I mean, when he calls audible, he's probably scarier than the play they have designed, because he's seen some little flaw in the defense that most quarterbacks just can't see. And I understand Reggie Wayne saying that Kerry Collins is not Peyton Manning. That, of course, is obvious. But my guess, he's a little bit of a better quarterback than Curtis Painter. I'm just going to go out on a limb on that.
I saw Curtis Painter play last week, and you're absolutely right. Curtis Painter is not the guy. But, let's look at it this way, too, all right? If they took and dumbed down the offense to be just a vanilla offense with the weapons that they have, they still would score points. And Kerry Collins, because of the ability that he's had to see so many different offenses and to adapt to so many different offenses, I'm quite sure of all the people that you're going to pull off the street and bring in there, Kerry Collins is somebody who is certainly serviceable, and he knows how to manage football games and how to win. And at the end of the day, that's really all you really want in a backup quarterback. And I think that one other thing, and we should mention this, I think it's very important and germane to the whole concept, is that it was Peyton Manning who suggested Kerry Collins be the backup.
That's right.
So, maybe Reggie didn't get that memo, but at the end of the day, Peyton signed off on this. It wasn't like they just went out and said, hey, who's on the waiver wire? they sat down and talked to Peyton, and Peyton said, let's go get Kerry. So, if Peyton felt that he was the guy that could come in and help him out, then I'm pretty cool with that. And if Reggie isn't, well then, Reggie will be on the same page.
Another thing too with this whole Reggie Wayne thing, I was thinking about this. A lot of star players in the NFL, actually any sports, don't necessarily have a love or devotion of their teammates, but it seems like Reggie Wayne's got something with Peyton Manning, and you certainly have seen these players up close and talk with them. In that Colts locker room, is there a certain devotion to Peyton Manning that other quarterbacks don't get?
Well, I think that if you've got a Tom Brady or a Peyton Manning or a special quarterback, and you're on that offense, absolutely. I mean, you want that's the guy who makes you look good, and certainly there's going to be a Reggie Wayne situation where he's feeling, well, how could Kerry Collins come in here and possibly find me as often as Peyton and Manning and I do? I mean, if anybody who's ever watched Peyton Manning warm up with his wide receivers, it's a treat. I mean, it's absolutely a treat. It's well worth getting to the stadium early just to watch that. I mean, these guys literally know each other's moves so well that when he does a 7-step drop back, or if he's in the gun, which he 9 times out of 10 is already, he's got his certain rotation that he goes through, and boom, I mean, he's throwing the ball out there, and these guys are breaking on it, and the ball is right where they want it to be. And so, your receivers and your quarterback, I mean, it's almost like they're in each other's head. That's not going to happen, obviously, with Kerry Collins and any of the receivers on the team. But at the same time, Kerry does understand offensive progression and, how to get the ball quickly out of his hands to a wide receiver. So they'll come up with some probably some bubble screens and some things like that that'll set Reggie up fine. And I think that, as you say, most players, offensive players, and on the defense, I've seen it, the defensive side as well, they rally around a couple of different captains, if you will, of the defense, and they like to play it, and they've got their back, and they don't feel comfortable when somebody else comes in and tries to play in that scheme.
You make this great point about the players know each other's tendencies. I recall a 60 Minutes interview probably 5 or 6 years ago with it was Tom Brady, and Tom Brady goes out to the field with Deion Branch the first time he was on with the Patriots. It just looked, he throws his pass, probably an 80-yard bomb, and the interviewer says, "How did you guys know what play you're going to run?" And Brady said, "Oh, we just looked at each other." It was just like that. Mm-hmm. So it's I definitely understand the chemistry, and that's been a big part of the Colts' success. Another interesting NFL story, Kenny Britt, the Titans, he gets summoned by Roger Goodell. There's some issues that perhaps he should not be suspended for anything he did during the lockout because wasn't technically a player with the NFL. A lot of legal issues. What do you think will happen with Kenny Britt?
I don't know. I think he'll probably get, he might get a monetary fine. I don't think he'll lose any games.
Do you think that it is fair to punish someone because of something they did during the lockout, or is it an okay thing because, hey, you're still representing the NFL, or is it unfair because this is the lockout and you're not technically part of the NFL at that point? What are your thoughts on it?
I think you have to go on a case-by-case basis. I think certain things that if you call the commissioner of football an idiot during the heat of labor negotiations, I think that Roger should be able to step aside and say, okay, fine, he called me an idiot. I'm going to let that one slide. But if there's something you did during the that constituted something that was a breach of conduct in the National Football League that had to do specifically with the ethics of a team, then that's certainly worth coming in and talking about. I honestly think that we're talking about less than a handful of people here that Roger's going to sit down and talk to about off-field antics during the strike. And remember, it was the Players Association in the new CBA that agreed to let him do this. So if they weren't cool with it, they wouldn't have allowed it to happen.
Now, moving to the NBA, very fascinating stuff going on right now because in the midst of the lockout, we've seen a little bit of everything. We've seen some players sign in Italy, flirt with the idea of going to Hong Kong, and of course the players signed in Turkey as well. And now there's some ideas of a group of players starting their own league in Vegas, kind of, I guess, more to work out. There's also an idea Jimmy Fredette is thinking about starting his own All-Star game in Utah. So can the players really just do this if they don't need a group or owners to kind of start their own things? How far is this going to go?
Well, there was a time, and not terribly long ago, where players would put together in the summertime what in essence was an old-style barnstorming situation. I remember a couple of times doing Magic Johnson's tournament, where Magic would have a tournament in the Detroit area, and it would be of friends, and he'd have two teams, and they would come and play, and they'd raise money for charity, and they do, they have it would be a lot of fun. It was nobody played defense, everybody had a fun time. It was like watching, a street ball game, only on played either in a college gymnasium or in some cases, a major high school gymnasium. So, I think that players can, just like the NFL had those situations where some teams got together. I think that what you might see is, someone like Carmelo Anthony or someone like that getting a team together. And I know in D.C., Kevin Durant and Josh Selby and Vegas Vasquez and a number of other players always play summer ball, and that's literally on a concrete court outside, in a neighborhood. Sometimes they play indoors, which would be a high school gym. Sometimes it's a college gym over at Georgetown or at George Washington University. But Kevin actually, it was funny, the first game that he showed up for in this, in essence, pickup game, he had to wait to start in the game because he forgot his tennis shoes. So he had to run back to the car and get the tennis shoes. So there've been a lot of pickup games, and so the possibility of what you're talking about of actual barnstorming situations where they have a little league where everybody has some fun and plays together. Absolutely, I don't see where that would be out of the realm of possibility. And I frankly would think if you're a casino and you have the opportunity to put some cash out there and bring people in and let them play, in your casino, then in the parking lot that you set up a court or however you want to do it, I think it might be a stroke of bloody genius.
And because we saw, of course, Kevin Durant playing in Rutgers Park, and interesting idea. One of my callers brought up this idea that he's shown he's a regular guy, and that could bring him more fans, drive up his fan base. Is there some part of that? This is where the players like, hey, you know what? At the end of the day, yes, I'm a millionaire, and yes, I'm famous, but I'm just a basketball player just like you guys. Are some of the players going to take that route and perhaps get more endorsements out of it?
I don't know. I think that's certainly a possibility, but I know in Kevin's case and in Carmelo and some of the other guys, they would play basketball for free.
Yeah,
and they
absolutely.
just like playing basketball. And this is the kind of ball that they learned to play, to get good at. And so Kevin's, coming back to the district and playing for, in essence, next guy up street ball is basically something he would do in the off season because he likes it. Now, does that endear him to companies for endorsements? I can't see that it wouldn't, because again, you've got this guy who is in essence a gym rat who wants to play basketball, doesn't care if he plays it on in the Staples Center or on the streets outside in D.C.
And another funny story in the NBA, Blake Griffin is beginning an internship at Funny or Die. It's a comedy website by Will Ferrell. I never knew Blake to really be funny. I mean, we never really got a chance. Do you have any inside information on Blake's comedy skills?
Actually, Blake did a thing with Norm Macdonald for Comedy Central, and it was a situation where basically Norm Macdonald acted as if he went to the makeup room and was dressed up like Blake Griffin. Went into practice as Blake Griffin. Of course, it was Blake Griffin playing Blake Griffin, but it was hilarious. It was very well done, and it seems as if he does have some comic acting chops, and he seems to have a great sense of humor. So, I don't know that he'll be the next Shaq, or if Shaq's Shazam franchise is under siege because of Blake. But I think that, again, I think this would be, again, these are fun opportunities. If you get the opportunity to do it, you'd be foolish not to.
Jimmy, just to remind me, I was thinking, when was the last time that we've seen an NBA player delve into a non-NBA medium? It's probably Shaq with those movies, more or less.
He did it and had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And heaven knows what he's going to do now at Turner with Charles. So you got the two of them on the same set. It's going to be. It's going to keep. I feel very badly for Ernie Johnson, but it'll be an interesting circumstance to be sure.
Yeah, that sounds like good. I'm sure their ratings will be nice and fine this year. No doubt about that. Now, in the game of baseball, Alex Rodriguez comes back recently. Now, the Yankees play great without him, and here A-Rod comes with his baggage of the underground poker games, and he wasn't really having that good of a season offensively. What do you think will happen to the New York Yankees now that A-Rod is back?
Oh, I'm sure they'll just fall right out of it. No, I'm just, I don't know. I think that, the chemistry, it's Jeter's team.
Right.
It's always been Jeter's team. It will always be Jeter's team. A-Rod will come in, and he will play his game, and, the New York media will either give him a hard time or they'll cut him a break, whichever they happen to be in the mood to do on that particular day. And I honestly think that, the next few weeks are going to be interesting because, not that the Yankees, it's either going to be the Yankees or the Red Sox failing, some absolute catastrophe. So at this juncture, I think, right now, the Yankees' big focus is making sure that they can continue to get decent pitching, and if A-Rod can come in and be A-Rod, that's going to help them score runs, which they seemingly haven't had a problem doing. But you're paying this guy to play, and so pencil him in the lineup and get him out there at third base, and put his bat in the lineup and see if you can win a pennant, or at the very least put yourself in the playoffs and have a chance to move forward. So I think that they're going to have no trouble putting him back in the lineup. And he's Alex always has distractions. It is Alex. So the Yankees are used to it, and I think that I don't see that it's going to blow the team up from a standpoint of not being able to play simply because Alex is back.
Now, a sad story here. I don't want to go too much into kind of what caused it, but I'm sure being in the Washington area, you were familiar with Mike Flanagan, and great player with the Orioles, won a Cy Young. So I want to know about Chance, and we didn't. Just so the audience knows, we have not prepped this question in the green room. I just want to know: did you ever get a chance to meet Mike and talk to him, and tell us what he was like as a person?
Well, I was very lucky. I had the pleasure of knowing Mike for probably 20-plus years.
Wow.
My last time I spoke to Mike actually was just a couple of weeks ago. He and Jim Palmer do the color analyst role on the Orioles baseball telecasts. And basically what they do is they split the season up pretty much into almost an equal part of them both doing 81 games. And so this was kind of Palmer's time to come in, and Mike usually got a couple-week vacation. And unfortunately yesterday he was found at his home in northern Baltimore County where he apparently had committed suicide. And it was, was a very shocking circumstance because Mike is was a very funny guy, a very affable guy, the kind of person that if you were a fan, you could easily walk up to Mike and talk baseball, and he would talk with you for as long as you wanted to. He would sign autographs, have pictures taken. He was a very approachable person. He was a very thoughtful baseball guy. He spent 30 years in the Oriole organization. He was the 1979 Cy Young Award winner. He was probably, in Oriole terms, their second best pitcher in history behind Palmer, and one of the best pitchers ever to pitch in the American League. So Mike Flanagan, it's a sad circumstance here. It was kind of an odd situation. I got a text yesterday at about 7:15 telling me that Mike had been found dead at his home. There wasn't any details at that point in time, and we began to work the story out. And unfortunately, it had a very it's sad under any circumstances by which a person passes, but when they choose to take their own life, that's even makes it even worse. And so our hearts and prayers go out to the Flanagan family, and Mike. Quite frankly, Ari was the kind of guy that I'm sure that any baseball fan, regardless of who you rooted for, would have enjoyed, because Mike loved baseball, and it didn't matter whether it was the Oriole baseball, or you wanted to talk Red Sox baseball, or you wanted to talk Yankee baseball, or baseball in general. Mike was a brilliant tactician. He understood pitching and was very good as an analyst, very good as a baseball player, and obviously very good as a broadcaster. So we will miss him. The entire region will miss him, and anybody who around baseball, I'm sure all of the baseball community will miss him. He had a great sense of humor as well. One quick story.
Sure.
It was told this morning by Earl Weaver, and Earl is, anybody who knows any bit about baseball knows, would love to fight umpires under any circumstance. And there was one day when Flanagan was called for a balk, and out comes Weaver, and he starts screaming at the umpire, and just goes absolutely, throws his hat, goes through the whole routine, kicks the dirt, goes through all of the stereotypical Earl Weaver mannerisms, and so basically gets tossed. And just before he gets tossed, he walks out to the mound, and he asks Flanagan, "Did you balk?" He said, "Yeah." He says, "Okay." He says, "Just wanted to know." He says, "At least I got thrown out for a good reason." Mike had a good sense of humor, and as I say, he will be missed. And I think that if you are a baseball fan, and maybe this is a guy who finished his career in the early 1980s. So if you're a young fan and haven't seen much about it, you might want to just Google Mike Flanagan, take a look at the record, and you'll see that this guy was a phenomenal pitcher and someone who had a tremendous impact on the game because of all the people that he did work with as they went both through the Oriole organization, also Toronto, and many pitchers who he just helped because they came over and asked.
Well, it sounds like a great guy, and certainly a prayers out to his family and his friends, but it sounds like some wonderful memories he created, and certainly think about that good stuff. Jim, I'd love to talk to you more, but we have to take a commercial break, but thanks so much for being on Israel Sports Radio tonight.
Always a pleasure, and I'm going to go out and watch the Redskins and Ravens play in about, at 8 o'clock Eastern Time here in the United States, in a couple of hours from out there, and I wish you all the best. A big Shabbat Shalom to everyone, and we'll talk next week, and hopefully we'll have some fun things to chat about.
Sounds great. Shabbat Shalom to you as well, and we'll take a commercial break and be back after this.
Are you having computer issues? You just got to try these guys. Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. All of Jerusalem is talking about them. They're super experienced, efficient, reliable, and honest. Their lead technician has over 20 years experience and holds a BS in computer science from a top American university. Mickey from Macavia says, "I won't let anybody touch my computers except for Tiger." So call Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. Believe me, you'll be happy that you did. Ruben from Baca says, I've had many technicians in the past, and these guys are some of the best I've seen. Laptops, desktops, netbooks, Macintoshes, iPods, iPhones. All hardware and software problems, advice, and instruction. The next time you need a very experienced and honest computer technician, call Tiger Computer Services at 050-708-1599. Mention Israel Sports Radio for a 15% discount for all new customers. Are you living in the Tel Aviv area and looking to achieve those fitness goals that seem out of reach? If so, personal trainer Leon Kessler is just one call away. Leon will teach, coach, advise, supervise, and support you so that you are able to accomplish your fitness goals. One call to 050-792-2434 will put your goals in reach. That's 050-792-2434, or click on the Leon Kessler banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and see what Leon can do for you.
Midrashat Devorah, a Dati Leumi post-high school program which educates minds and broadens horizons. Located in Baca, the lovely Jerusalem neighborhood provides an excellent background and setting for a tremendous education. Our students learn, love, and feel the land of Israel and get tools which will last them a lifetime. Generous scholarships are available. Please contact us at midrashatdevorah.org. Call us from Israel at 052-534-6260 or from North America at 718-593-4162. Midrashat Devorah, we're the program you've been waiting for.
DJ Venom. DJ Venom. DJ Venom. DJing parties throughout Israel. Birthday parties, weddings, club events, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, and much more. You pick the type of music and DJ Venom will turn your event into the party of the year. Available Sunday through Thursday. Call 052-952-6506 or email djvenom1984@yahoo.com. That's 052-952-6506 or email djvenom1984@yahoo.com. Book your party today. That's DJ Venom.
Back at IsraelSportsRadio.com, Lewis Live. Our thanks so much to Jim Williams from the Washington Examiner. We're now going to take your phone calls from Israel 02-563-1492 and from the Old Country 301-850-2484. Looks like we have a caller. Call you there?
Hey, how are you?
Yo, CG, what's up, my man? It's been too long. How the heck have you been?
No, it's been a very long time. I've been fantabulous.
You've been spent a couple of months all over the world, is my understanding.
Yes, I have. Europe was wonderful, but all good things must come to a pause.
So you were in Europe for a while. What were your favorite spots in Europe?
Definitely the west coast of Ireland. It's the road less traveled, if you may. Everybody goes to Ireland for a couple days. Dublin and then there's the Giant's Causeway way up north to get to Belfast, and if you can go to the Cliffs of Moher, but most people who go don't really see the small little towns along the way, get into talking with the Irish folk who are just wonderful, wonderful people, and really experience Ireland through their eyes, and at times even with them leading you because they have nothing else to do on a summer Sunday afternoon. Then, hey, you're from far away, so let me give you a tour.
Wow, so kind of just good old-fashioned nice people.
Oh, yes.
Now, I hate to sound like a dunce cap guy, but the British Open, I believe, is played in Ireland. Is that correct?
Well, they have. They've been playing the British Open at Royal St. George, which is in Britain itself. But because the United Kingdom does, or rather part of the UK is the Northern Ireland, so they've been trying to get the British Open for a while now. Actually, I believe it's since 1981, when the Troubles, as they called the rioting that's been going on forever between the IRA Catholics and the Protestant British in North Ireland, since it really, really hit the top of of what they could handle in the early 80s, they have not played the British Open in North Ireland, although they are trying to get it back to Portrush, which is just on the top of the island. on the Antrim coast, right next to the Giants Causeway. So they're hoping maybe next year, or if not the year after, to get it back there. This, of course, is basing on the fact that the IRA will keep to their quote-unquote peace accord, or ceasefire, if you may, and not really give the British a run for their money.
Okay, let's get in a couple of sports questions because we have an interview coming up. I definitely got to give you some time. A lot of things to talk about while you've been gone. Where do you want to begin, my man?
Let's go with you. You're the host. So let's go.
Well, we got to get the lockout opinion, because your opinion on the lockout, because I think David Stern is doing this on purpose. Because for years he's wanted the team in England and outside the United States, and I think he's forcing people's hands with this lockout because a lot of these players are going all over Turkey, Hong Kong, Italy, all this kind of good stuff. What is your take on the lockout, just as a broad general statement?
Well, you look at what's been going on since the contract, since the CBA expired in the NBA, and nothing has really changed from the owner's perspective, players' perspective. Nobody's really wanting to give an inch. And when David Stern went on ESPN a couple days ago, and on whose show was it? On Bill Simmons' show, and he really insinuated that the players had no idea what the stakes were at hand by the Players Association not wanting to give any room, and that really perturbed the entire PA, and they were like, that's just blatant lies with what Stern was saying. I mean, some of the quotes were, from David Stern, saying that the players wanting the whole thing was cut back for 8%, and that 8% in the first year. That's what the NBA's proposal was calling for, and then it would eventually, so to speak, freeze the player's salary for the next 6 years thereafter, with the total reduction in salaries being just over $7 billion. But the union was saying how this whole spiel that David Stern's really pulling on with them it's more than just that. And when David Stern calling out the players and the Players Association saying that they don't really know all the facts, that does not help the situation. And when you look at what the players are doing when they were given the green light, the go-ahead to go play overseas, talk to teams that are there, and you don't have to be limited to only playing here in the U.S. or in Canada and take your game elsewhere, that's really putting a lot of pressure on the owners to come to a decision as to how much they're going to be willing to give in and how fast. And at this point, like I said earlier, it does not seem as if it's any sort of middle ground will be reached in the near future. Now, I do know that the NBA and the union are going to be holding a session next week to kind of see if there is anything to work with over here, but from the preliminary sounds of it, it doesn't seem like it's going to really lead to anything conductive or constructive, and they're going to end up back at square one, everybody just being really upset at everybody else and pointing fingers and calling each other names, and there likely won't be a season, and push comes to shove.
I agree with that. I think we're gone this season, and hopefully next season we get the NBA back. Sticking with basketball, very sad story. Pat Summitt has been diagnosed with dementia. Legendary women's basketball coach. I mean, when you say women's basketball, you will probably think of her, especially if you add coach in front of basketball. What's your take on what's going on with Pat Summitt?
Well, yes, like you said, it is sad with what's going on with her. She's been so successful since I believe it was 1974 when she was 22 years old. Came to Tennessee and has been the coach there ever since. I mean, you're talking about days when she had to wash the players' uniforms on her own, and when there wasn't enough money for the team when they were visiting other cities to stay in hotels, so they just camped out on the basketball floor. You're talking about a lady who led her squad single-handedly to greatness, but not just her own teams throughout the years, but took the entire women's basketball program and really allowed it to catapult itself to what it is today, to be able to aspire to perspire, so to speak. And she, when you listen to what other people are saying about her, it's as if she is, and I won't disagree with this, and it's as if she is the John Wooden of of female college basketball. And the fact that she came out to the public and said, I have early signs of, I have dementia, or that's what I've been diagnosed with, early signs of Alzheimer's. Most people will usually just hang it up, so to speak, and just do crossword puzzles and just retire, and that's it. But she's been tackling issues and adversity throughout her entire career, and this is just another challenge that she has to that she's going to step up to it. And it really is commendable that she came out to the public and said, this is the condition that I have, that's what I've been diagnosed with, and I'm going to try to do my best to continue along the way as I have been up until this point. For many people who have suffered with this, or who know people who have suffered with this condition is something that's very, very difficult to come to terms with, because it is a mental condition where the person is there physically, but mentally, just they're there one moment and you're there, and the next moment they're not. It's very, very tough to handle, yet to see that somebody who has this much clout and respect throughout her world coming out and actually giving credence to this illness it's very, very commendable for what she did.
All right, yes, one more minute here before we go to a commercial break. Give us your take on Kerry Collins going to Indianapolis. Reggie Wayne doesn't really like it, called out Kerry Collins. What are your thoughts?
Reggie Wayne is he and his buddy there, Peyton Manning, have really brought together and come together over the years and have become almost like a Jerry Rice kind of Steve Young combo. And of course he's going to be upset when his organization goes out and signs a player and they dab him they dub him the starter before ever ruling anything out. The fact of Peyton not playing. You listen to Tony Dungy, he's saying unless Peyton's dead, he's going to play come opening day, and
absolutely,
everybody's hoping that he's going to play. But it's a good signing by Indy, just as a backup plan, so to speak, for Peyton, because he's, at the end of the day, Kerry Collins is no young gun. He's a veteran. He's played. He's got 16 years under his belt. He's got an umpteen amount of games. He knows the division, so that might help, and it's just a matter of him learning the terminology, the play calling. I do think that if he will play, they're going to have to play with a limited amount of plays and really allow for the game to flow on its own and not have Kerry turn into Peyton Manning at the line of scrimmage, changing plays 5 or 6 times in the last 8 seconds of the play clock.
Absolutely. All right, girls, we'd love to talk more. We're happy you're back on Louis Live. We'll definitely get you back on next week. But we got to take a commercial break, my man. Thanks so much for calling in tonight.
Thanks for having.
Absolutely. Yossi G, quick commercial break. Dina Pinner after this.
Offering the best of Israel at the best price, Shalom Israel Tours can help you make your next trip to Israel the adventure of a lifetime. Shalom Israel Tours will customize the trip to Israel for your family or group. Specializing in bar mitzvah packages, outdoor adventure vacations, wine tours, and more, Shalom Israel Tours is sure to inspire. So whether you're looking for a customized trip, a day tour, or a car rental, Shalom Israel Tours is here to help. Email us at inspire@shalomisraeltours.com or click the banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage, and soon you will find yourself in Israel. That's Shalom Israel Tours, www.shalomisraeltours.com.
Back here on Louis Live, it's a very special pleasure to have our next guest. She's a graphologist. In fact, she's Jerusalem's graphologist. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean, she's got time down straight. But anyways, in any case, Dina Pinner, everyone. Dina, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Better late than ever. Definitely happy to have you on. And you were such a treat last time. I kept getting requests throughout the week, a couple of death threats really, saying you've got to get Dina back on. We love the way she analyzed you. We love the way she talked about your nerdiness, the whole little man complex. We got to hear more and more. I said, yes, absolutely. I definitely am a guy that wants to be made fun of on my own show. So let's continue with that. Last week, we went through a lot of great stuff, and you analyzed me with only 2 lines. And to review some of those things, I like immature type of humor, which is true. I do like the flatulence. I offend people on accident. I disagree and said I offend them on purpose. Also, I have some good, I'm a genuine person, a little bit naive to some of people's scams out there. I'm ready to be
naive.
Yes, and I'm ready to be a father. I got those characteristics about me. So this time, so we can learn more about Ari Louis, the host here on Louis Live, I gave you a nice big sheet of stuff I wrote. It was before I knew that you did this, so it wasn't influenced in any way. What new stuff have you learned this past week?
You are a little bit... You're very difficult to read, I have to say.
What's that?
You are difficult to read. Usually I look at a piece of paper and I immediately have a sense of what the person is like, and you are very difficult.
Interested.
You were brought up with very strict rules, with very strict expectation of what you were going to do and what direction you were going to go in, and you didn't fit into any of it, and you are still trying to fit into that, and yet not interested in it whatsoever. And that's very confusing because one doesn't usually find that. Usually people who have a strict upbringing are either like rebelling against it and going, get lost everyone, I'm not going to do this, or they're fitting into that structure. But you seem to, on the one hand, be desperately still trying to fit into the structure, and yet on the other hand, not care one bit about it.
So here's the thing. I'll disagree with you a little about this because my parents were very not strict. It was very, very relaxed home. It wasn't like, I don't think we really did a lot of chores and stuff. It was now we were good kids, and that we also weren't punished with different types of things because, it's kind of, we were good kids, and my parents in return really didn't make us do anything out of the ordinary. Again, pretty relaxed. The thing I would say strict-wise, I always interpreted school as very, very strict. I did not like going to school. I hated it. I always looked at it as jail. I was in prison till like 3 o'clock. That's the way I viewed it. And then kind of as time went on, of course, naturally, I then became a substitute teacher because it's kind of like you can't really break free of prison and you go back, kind of like Shawshank Redemption. The guy that's freed tries to figure out a way to go back, and when he can, he kills himself. It's, a whole syndrome. So there could be something there in that regard, and that I'm trying to fit back into a school life that I never really liked. But that's the main thing I would say about that.
It's definitely about school, and it's definitely about authority figures, and it's definitely because it's what like I said last time. Your parents totally are accepting of you. Your parents have totally know who you are and accept you as you are and love you as you are. And yet there is somehow this strict life. And there's something about religion that gets you down. On the one hand, you have this deep faith, and you bizarrely, with all your toilet humour and with all your short man syndrome, you bizarrely have this like very sweet spirituality about you, and this like very naive faith that everything's going to be okay. And yet there's something about religion that really depresses you and gets you down.
Yeah, sometimes I don't like being religious. Sometimes I think it's a chore. I think there's something a lot of Orthodox people do that, where I think they forget why they're religious in the first place. They forget kind of what it's all about and focus maybe a little too much on ritual, not enough on personal relationships and forgiveness and being just a genuine good person. I'm not trying to say anything anti-religious at all, but I think it might be more personally with me that's what may occur.
Well, that's what's interesting about you, because on the one hand, you seem to get impatient with the religious world, and there are a lot of things that go on in the religious world that you really don't like, and yet you haven't run out. You're not running out and eating bacon. You just kind of get on with it. You just kind of, go somewhere else. I didn't like what happened in that shul. I'm just going to pop along to another shul, which is unexpected. It's not the usual. It's not the usual way to be, and it's not the usual response. Most people, especially somebody like you, who deliberately or mistakenly offends people, would kind of get very angry about it. But you don't. That's also what's interesting about you. You don't get stuck in your anger. And that was also quite confusing to me, because you can be impatient and you do like things a certain way, and yet you don't get stuck in your anger, which is strange. Why not?
Yeah, definitely. I would say that the Jewish thing is spot on. That when I don't like a shul or a place, I just go somewhere else, and I just kind of switch, and I don't know. If I find a permanent happy place, I kind of go to different places. At this point in Jerusalem, but I definitely hear that point. And try not to get stuck with the anger. You know, my memory is very good. It's very photographic, so it's definitely hard to forget stuff. But my preference, obviously, is to move on. All right, Dr. Dina, what else do you got for me?
You don't hold on to a boy gift. That's interesting. I don't understand that at all. If someone upsets me today, I will remember 15 years from now.
Absolutely.
I might not stay upset with them, but I will remember forever. But someone will upset you, and you will remember, but you don't hold on to it. If they then come back to you and say, like, dude, I'm sorry, or even if they just come back and kind of, oh, your friend again, you'll be their friend again. That's bizarre. Why don't you stay angry with people? You are a massive scatterbrain.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah,
I didn't know that. You're a scatterbrain.
Scatterbrain, that I think about different things. My mind's all over the place, that type of stuff.
All over the place.
Okay.
All over the place. And then every so often, what's very sweet about you is that, what's very sweet about this writing is that you are a scatterbrain and you're like all over the place, la la la, thinking about this, and then suddenly you'll focus, and then suddenly you'll think about a girl. And then, la la la, you'll be thinking about everything different, and then suddenly you'll focus again on your work, and then suddenly you'll be distracted by a girl, and then la la la, and then you'll...
Interesting. Okay, yeah, I guess that's pretty accurate. My mind likes to go to different places, think about different stuff, and will kind of switch, and a lot of times I'll get very much into it, whatever I'm thinking about. Almost like if I'm thinking about a situation or people, I can talk to them, and it's very vivid for me. It's like they're right there in front of me. So that might be more where the focus comes in, and then I kind of leave. You know, I'll see something that will trigger. Like if I'm walking in the street, I'll see something that will trigger a different memory, so then I think about something else. So very, very interesting stuff. Now, you were able to some of these extra things you were able to tell because there was more writing this time, correct?
Also, because it's much more, you said it you wrote it in a more natural context.
Right. Very good, right? Because that was before we found out about this. When I wrote to you the 2 lines earlier was, I know someone's going to look at my handwriting, and it definitely affected me. All right, this is very, very interesting stuff. My mom loves it. What else would you like to say about
it? Look, you're not in a place where you want to commit to anything, to a job, to a flat, to a woman, to anything. You're definitely not ready for that, even necessarily to a hard and fast opinion. You're still absolutely in transition, and you are, yeah.
So that's such a point, because especially with jobs in the beginning, before doing this radio station, I kind of would hop from different jobs. I probably didn't stay at a job longer than 6 months, and that was even though a part-time job. Most of the time, it was probably 3 to 4 months, something like that. I kind of would switch. My opinions a lot of times switched. That was kind of one reason why I was a little reluctant about doing the military, because I thought, well, what if I do the military and then I switch my feelings about it? Then I can't take back what I did in the military. So a lot of stuff I kind of bounce around. I have a very politician sense of subject matter. I was much more determined, 18, 19, the world's like this and definitely like this, and now I'm kind of more relaxed. I don't know if you saw that in the writing.
You are definitely relaxed. You're also relaxing socially, which is nice, and you're also getting more of a sense of proportion and how to behave in public.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird for me because, I was talking to someone earlier today, and I was very upset at them. And I kind of wanted to yell, swear words and stuff. And for some reason, I was very calm and kind of pointing things out a little more maturely, which I was kind of bothered by that. I was like, I want to go back to kind of just yelling at stuff. But I guess I went through some type of maturation process.
Yes. Yeah.
It's kind of a shame. Because afterwards, when that conversation started, I'm like, well, why did I yell? I don't understand. This person did this, and this. I should be furious. And thinking about it, I'd be furious. But then when I was on the phone, all the words out of my mouth were a lot more calm and tranquil. I do that a lot. A lot of times if I'm going in a meeting or I meet someone, I think in my mind 100 different things why I'm upset, and then when it comes out, I talk very smooth and politician-like.
And you're starting to feel less of a kid.
Yeah, I would say that. Partly because I'm running the station right now, 28 years old, and been in Jerusalem for a while. A lot of stuff that I liked as a kid, kind of because it was new and different. I'm not as much into it now. Even sports, even though this is what I talk about for a living, when I was younger, thought, the Red Sox winning, this is the greatest thing ever. You come to Jerusalem, realize that the Jews ending a 2000 galut is bigger than the Red Sox ending a 86-year galut.
Never. How could you say such a thing? Just as a disclaimer, I don't know who the Red Sox are. I don't know what you're talking about.
They were Times Man of the Year, I think, in 2004 because they won that World Series. No one thought they would do it, and I thought that was the biggest deal ever. I thought that was like Mashiach coming, and then you come to Israel, and it's like, 100 years, it's nothing. It's 2,000 years. So that kind of stuff, a lot of stuff I don't think is such a big deal anymore. That's probably part of the maturation process, I assume.
Yeah, but it's also surprising to you. It's surprising to you that you're suddenly thinking quite deeply. Because you enjoy the distraction of girls, and yet somehow you're suddenly thinking about them and about life in a much deeper way. Not too deep. I mean, when I say much deeper, I mean much deeper than how you had thought about it in America. It's comparative, but this thinking about life more deeply is a little bit surprising to you, and you're not exactly sure how to be now that you're thinking about life in a deeper sense.
Yeah, the distraction with girls, a lot of times if I'm at work and working on something or think about something kind of intense, that I see, let's say, girls on Facebook, they'll start talking to them, and it's kind of like a very relaxing process. It's like kind of fun, and it takes my mind away from whatever upsetting thing or work thing that I had to think about. That's not about right with what you see in the writing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
You say and you're kind of like, what are you thinking about there when you're saying that, yeah?
I wish that you could have somebody who'd help, who would... I want you to go and speak to a man who's good with women, who can coach you. Because I feel like you are very sweet in the way that you think about women. You're just not terribly mature in the way you think about them, and I think you'd very much enjoy the company of one.
Yeah, that's for sure. The gentleman saying, can you send me that through Facebook? I'm very interested.
What'd you say?
Can you send me the name of the coach you want me to speak with on Facebook?
Oh no, I wish I knew one.
Oh, you wish you knew one.
Yeah, so I'm putting it out there. If anybody knows somebody, sorry, then get in touch with him.
Yeah, I think my face just turned bright white. But anyway, in any case, yeah, coach, like Will Smith and Hitch. Maybe like one of those type of guys.
Something like that, yes. Something like that. You need to eat properly. Stop eating so much rubbish. It's not good for you. You know that your stomach doesn't like it. It doesn't do anything for your figure, but it also doesn't do anything for how you feel. You don't feel good when you eat it. Start eating properly and learn to cook. Just learn to cook really basic things like chicken and vegetables, because there's no reason that you should be eating that much junk food.
You can see that through writing.
Yeah.
You're not based on how you seeing me in person. Based on writing.
No. As I keep saying, I've met you twice.
That's true. That is very true.
Yeah. No. Stop eating junk food. You can't. Your body can't take it, and your body never could take it. But maybe as a teenager, it could just about forgive you. But now it can't take it. Learn how to cook chicken. Learn how to make rice. Learn how to make vegetables. It's really not difficult. And just learn how to do it. I know that you want a woman to do it, and I know that you want your mummy to cook for you. But stop it. You need to eat properly, and you just need to do it for yourself.
All right, Dina. Okay, I'll tell you one more thing here before we let you go. Thank God, only 3 minutes left in the program. Do you have anything like positive to say based on the writing?
Oh my God, this is all really positive.
Come on! I need a dating coach. I need to eat properly. I have immature. Come on, it wasn't all positive.
No, it's all positive.
Oh, God.
You're very sweet, and you're very kind, and you're thoughtful, and you're loving, and you're great at running this radio station, and you're great at talking about sports. It was all positive.
Well, those last two things you just brought up just now after I asked for something positive, but fair enough.
Very true. That's very true. The rest was to encourage personal development.
Very, very nice. All right, Dr. Dina, Jerusalem's graphologist, thanks so much for being on Lewis Live.
I wish I was doctor, and I wish I was Jerusalem's graphologist. Other graphologists are available.
You are no. You know what? So, David Klimnik is Jerusalem's comedian. There are other comedians. He's called Jerusalem's comedian. You're Jerusalem's graphologist. That's it. I don't have the best of my show.
It's been a joy as ever.
Thank you so much, Dina. I really appreciate it.
Anytime.
All right, bye-bye. That was Dina Pinner. Wow, laying the smackdown of my ass. I can't wait for my mom to listen. I'm not sure my mom's still up, but I'm going to have to send out this copy. I need to eat better. I should cook. Not really that good with women. Immature comedy. Hey, but I run the station great. And I ran the show great. Yes, you like that segue there? The Gaza terrorists cannot bring us down, Baruch Hashem. That is the way you handle terrorism, or any bully, or any bad person whatsoever, is you take them on and you do your thing, baby! That's what we did here on Louis Live. Thank you so much to Grace Hanna. Great singing. Check out all her music. Grace Hanna is on Facebook. Great stuff. Lovely woman. We're going to have her back on the program very, very soon. Yonah Mashan, owner of Hagov, and kind of Mr. Football here in Jerusalem, gave us a few minutes, talked a little Raider action. Definitely appreciate that. And Jim Williams from Washington Examiner, Dr. Dina Pinner, coming on and talking some good stuff. That's it. It's all right, and God bless, and good night.